$2,590 per month for SSDI in 2024 with the new SGA limits for blind Social Security disability beneficiaries. I have all the details and a full explanation to what I just said right here in the video. Let's get right into it. I know in this video we're specifically focusing on SSDI, Social Security disability, which are administered to about 8.9 million beneficiaries every single month across the entire country. Now, I do want to emphasize this is specifically focused on SSDI, not to be mistaken with SSI, Supplemental Security Income. Now, these two programs are very similar, but at the end of the day, they're also very, very different, and the limitations for SSI are very different than SSDI. That's why I want to emphasize that. And again, if you're an SSI beneficiary, I have a lot of dedicated videos here on the channel for you and a lot more to come, so stay tuned. But I just want to make that very clear so that there's no confusion right from the start. Let's get into it as we have a lot to talk about here in the video. As a SSDI beneficiary and 2024, you need to know these limitations because I can tell you this much. If you exceed these limits, your benefits will be garnished and your benefits may end. That's scary for a lot of people, right? So again, let's get into it and talk through all the details for SSDI 2024, SGA, the limits, what all this means. I'll explain it all for you here in this video. Really fast before we do, thanks so much for joining me. If you have not done so yet, please subscribe down below. The big subscribe button down there, make sure to hit that if you have not done so, as I'm here for you right by your side every single day. Things are changing rapidly, and like I've said so many times before in other videos, 2024 is the year of Social Security. I guarantee it. Wait and see. It's going to be crazy, okay? Also, right down below the video, make sure to hit the like button or the thumbs up button. Again, it gives me anonymous feedback on videos like this to better understand, is this helpful? Is it informative? Is it educational? Am I answering the questions and following through with what I said I'm going to at the beginning of the video and consistent with the title, stuff like that? And again, it helps other people find this video as well so they can get this very important information. All right, thanks again. Subscribe down below, like the video, and let's get into it and unpack a lot of information here in this video. All right, so let's start checking some things off of the list here. So number one, we're talking about SSDI, Social Security disability. Number two, we're talking about 2024. Number three, we're talking about SGA, substantial gainful activity. Number four, we're talking about $2,590 a month. Okay, let's stop there, otherwise I'm going to get way too far ahead of myself here and it's going to get confusing. All right, so let me explain what is SGA. SGA is an acronym that stands for Substantial Gainful Activity. It's basically just a fancy way of saying a limit that Social Security has put in place for Social Security disability beneficiaries who are SSDI beneficiaries who are blind and non-blind, okay? Basically what it says is you can earn income up to the limit, but if you exceed the limit, now you have engaged in substantial gainful activity. In other words, they're really going to start to question your disability and your ability to work if you exceed the income threshold, okay? These are not my words. This is essentially what they say about this, okay? So just want to make that very clear. So if you exceed the limits, this is when your benefits are potentially in jeopardy of garnishment or potential cancellation or stopping, okay? Very important stuff. Everybody wants to preserve their benefit for the most part, right? All right, so anyway, substantial gainful activity. So basically what it is you can just earn up that limit of income, not including your monthly benefit, okay? Now let me explain a little bit further. Now SSDI is broken down into two separate categories, blind and non-blind. I have another dedicated video here on the channel talking about non-blind beneficiaries. In this video, we're talking about blind beneficiaries, okay? This is specifically focused on SSDI beneficiaries who are blind, okay? Let me just say this much. If you're getting SSDI benefits, you either know, are you getting them because you're blind or not, okay? You probably know that, okay? Blind being, a visual impairment, blindness, low vision, whatever it happens to be. If you are getting SSDI benefits because of your eyesight, this probably pertains to you, okay? If you're receiving SSDI benefits because of another disability, I'm going to be honest with you, there's a lot of them out there. I'm not even sure what other ones I could use as an example. I'm just simply saying, you know what I'm talking about here, okay? If you're getting them because of blindness or your vision, stuff like this, then this pertains to you, okay? Anyway, hope that makes it clear. All right, so let's talk through the numbers here. You can have an income up to, per month in 2024, $2,590 a month. This is the new SGA limit for 2024 as a blind beneficiary, which, by the way, as a blind SSDI beneficiary, you get to earn about $1,000 more per month than the non-blind beneficiaries. They get to earn $1,550 a month. That is their SGA. You get $2,590. In fact, it's $1,040 more per month is what you get to earn as a blind person receiving SSDI over non-blind. How about that, right? How about them apples, as they say, right? Pretty funny. Anyway, I'm not saying anything bad about the non-blind beneficiaries. I'm just saying you get a lot more leeway here to earn, quite a bit more money on a monthly basis. So, all right, now let me explain. This is based on your income, not including your monthly benefit, okay? Let me explain. Income being from any sources of income. It could be 1099, it could be W-2, it could be a side hustle, it could be a small business, it could be anything. It could be buying stuff online and reselling it at garage sales. I don't know. I'm just making up examples here, okay? Any income. Income is income, okay? So this is what it comes down to. This is how much you can earn on a monthly basis as an SSDI beneficiary who is blind, okay, in 2024 per month. Now, remember, I want to throw this out there really quickly as well. This is gross. This is based on your gross income, not net. So the analogy I gave in the other video, okay, I'm just going to say this. This is not a very good analogy, but I'm just going to give it to you anyway because it just kind of paints a good picture, okay? Picture yourself on a boat, right? You're on a boat. You look down in the water and you see all kinds of fish, right? How cool would that be? You whip out your net and you scoop the net down in the water and you pull out a bunch of fish, right? But by the way, this is very illegal. Don't do it. It's called netting. At least in the state that I'm located in, it is very illegal. Do not do this, okay? I'm just using this as an example so we can all picture what I'm trying to say here, okay? So gross would be essentially all the fish in the, the body of water here that you could potentially have, but you can't have because there's limitations. Your net is only so big, and of course, you can't get all of them, right? But net would be how much you get to take home, okay? The same thing on your pay stub. When you get paid, you look at your paycheck. It's usually pretty small, and you think, hey, who took all my money? What happened here, right? And then you look at your pay stub, and you see the culprits. Federal taxes, state taxes, FICA taxes, which are Social Security and Medicare taxes, and then you get to take home a little bit of that, right? So you get to take home the net, okay? This is the difference. This number, the $2,590 on a monthly basis for SGA for SSDI blind beneficiaries, is based on gross, all income prior to any deductions due to taxes, okay? Make sense? So the analogy that I gave in the other video was, let's just say that your income is $1,000 in a month, okay? Just use that as an example, just giving a nice round number here. Let's just say that your income is $1,000 a month gross, but yet you pay $350 in taxes between federal, state, FICA, stuff like that, and now you're left with $650. The $650 would be your net, and the $1,000 would be your gross. It's based on gross, okay? Does that kind of make sense? So again, I hope that answers the question. I want to emphasize that because I always get this question. Is it based on my net or my gross? And is my SSDI benefit included in the number? No, your SSDI benefit is not included in that number. This is just earned income. So it could be from whatever, mowing lawns, shoveling snow, washing cars, whatever, reporting to a 9-to-5, working 40 hours a week, working 20 hours a week part-time, working 10 hours a week. It doesn't matter. Any income that is coming into you, okay? This is what this number is based on. Now, I want to throw another question out there that I get every single time I make this video, which, by the way, this number updates every single year, and I make a video like this giving you the new updated information. I always get this question as well, and I want to throw this out there really quickly. What about cash? I mowed my neighbor's lawn. They paid me $20 or $30. I shoveled snow for somebody. They gave me a bunch of money, whatever, stuff like this. What about cash? Here's the thing. The law states income is income. All income must be reported, okay? But if you're getting paid cash, are you necessarily reporting that? Well, technically, the law says you're supposed to report it. But does everybody do that? Well, not everybody does that, right? Which, by the way, I am not advising that you do this. I'm just simply saying, if it's not reported, there's not really a way for them to find out about it, right? But again, I'm not saying you should do that. If they find out, it's not going to be a pretty picture. It's going to be an ugly outcome, okay? So do not do that. But again, just answering this because I get this question every single year where I get people emailing me. I get questions down below in the comment section, people saying, I got paid cash. It's under the table. Will this count? Well, if it's under the table, then that's obviously hiding it, right? So just use your best discretion with this stuff, okay? I am not advising anybody in any way, shape, or form. All I can tell you is this much. If they find out, it's going to be ugly, okay? Please do not hide stuff. Be transparent. It is the best way to approach this stuff. If you ever try to hide something, they will find it, okay? Just please be very careful with this stuff. Just be honest. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not going to be in trouble. It's totally fine. You can have an income. It's not a big deal. They don't care. They're not going to punish you. They're not going to take your benefit. They're not going to say, oh, you lost your benefit. You had some income. They don't care. That's totally fine. Just stay within the rules. Basically, what I'm saying, follow the rules of the game and you're totally fine, okay? It's the problems come in when you try to make the own rules. When you try to write the rules for yourself, that's when the problems happen. Try not to write rules for yourself because it's not going to work, okay? Just follow the rules that they've given you and you'll be totally fine. Not a problem whatsoever. Regardless of the rules that we're talking about, just follow the rules and everything's fine, okay? There's always rules that it's not that big of a deal, just whatever, okay? So anyway, I gave you the rules here in this video, which is $2,590 a month is what this comes down to, okay? Anyway, I hope I answered everything here. And again, this is blind beneficiaries receiving SSDI. Now, if you're a non-blind beneficiary, this number does not pertain to you. Your number is $1,550 a month for a non-blind SSDI beneficiary. Does that make sense? Okay, so your number is significantly lower than this one that I've been talking about here in this video. So anyway, I hope this helps to explain it. Again, if you want me to come back and elaborate on any of this further, let me know. I can do that. Not a problem whatsoever. Leave a comment, a question, your feedback down below in the comment section. Let me know what you need me to do. I can come back and answer that in a separate video. Or, again, I try to do my best to read as many comments as I can and, again, answer those down below in the comment section as well. Otherwise, if you know somebody who is an SSDI beneficiary, Social Security Disability, almost 9 million of these beneficiaries across the country, share this video with them so they can also stay tuned with this information. And again, you might be thinking, I'm not working and I have no intentions to work. That's fine, but guess what? Let's just say that we're halfway through the year or a third of the way through the year and you say, hey, this inflation sucks. It's taken all my money and I don't know what to do. I need some extra income. I'm going to start working part-time or something. Well, then you want to know this information. Just jot the numbers down and just keep it in mind, just in case. You never know, right? There might be a time where you might think, I want to get a little bit of income because I'm struggling, something like this. You just got to know these numbers, which, by the way, quick side note, best practices, I want to say this much, which, full disclaimer, everything that I'm saying here in this video is not advice in any way, shape, or form. However, there is one thing that I do want to recommend. If you plan on having an income, if you plan on working more, picking up a job, starting a side hustle, starting a small business, whatever it happens to be, gig work, it literally doesn't matter. Anything that generates income, I would highly advise calling Social Security. Have a conversation with an agent and tell them your intentions. They will ask you a series of questions, including where are you going to be working, how many hours are you going to be working a week, how many hours are you going to be working a month, what is your estimated pay per hour or salary. They're going to ask you a bunch of questions and they will run calculations for you and they will help you determine exactly how many hours you can work based on your hourly pay or your salary on a weekly basis, and they will tell you you can work exactly this many hours without exceeding SGA. They will help you with that. It's not a problem. Again, like I said, you're not going to be in trouble whatsoever. They don't care. The problem is when you exceed the limit, that's when they care, because now they're going to send you a dreaded overpayment letter and they're going to ask for that money back. And who's going to have the money back, or who's going to have the money available when they ask for it? The answer is no one. That's why it's a problem, okay? Hope that answers your questions. So, all right, I'm going to leave it there for now. Otherwise, I'm going to get all crazy here and go off on another rant. So anyway, hope this helps. Again, subscribe down below. Totally free to do so. Share the video with your friends on my social media. Go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Over 4,000 videos, by the way, and more coming every single day. And then again, hit that thumbs up down below. I hope I answered all the questions for you. I think I did. There was a lot to cover here in this video. Anyway, enjoy your day. Take care. Have a good one. And I'll catch you again later.